Hi, I'm Gary Bembridge. I'm the Vice President for the ROC Global Franchise Organization. I'm also a very active blogger and YouTuber. I have a travel blog, tipsfortravelers.com, and a marketing blog at garybembridge.com. I also have a very large YouTube channel as well. And I've been asked to share with you a couple of thoughts and ideas, both kind of with a mixture of my marketing hat on, or my client side hat on, if you like, and that of a blogger. Just a few kind of insights that I've had. I think what I've seen increasingly, I started my travel blog in about 2005, and what I've noticed in the last couple of years is that bloggers are clearly being seen both by individuals and increasingly by companies as being a real kind of force to be reckoned with. And I find now that my blogs, I'm constantly, every day, from a PR agency or companies being asked, will I cover this topic, will I cover that topic, will I run ads along my content? But generally speaking, we're seeing, bloggers generally are seeing, people are starting to understand the role of bloggers. And I think what we now need to think of as a company and as a brand is, so how do you differentiate, how do you build a relationship? Because we are literally being bombarded. I'm constantly being bombarded by material. I think what's important is it's very critical that before you talk to a blogger or contact a blogger, you need to understand what drives them, what motivates them, and what they're really looking for. So for example, Orange Express do a really good blogger outreach program where they invite bloggers to just get together and chat about what they're doing, and they have very senior management there, so right through the brand director, the people who run all the operations, so a lot of very senior people. So bloggers are felt to be really important. It's not just a PR agency handling it or junior people. It's a complete mixture of people. And I think treating bloggers, saying, you're really serious for my business and you're very important. I think also what's important is bloggers are looking for angles, they're looking for stories. And what amazes me is how many generic contacts I get as a blogger, which are clearly just sort of generic things that come. What is very important is to make sure that you've read the blog, you understand the blog, and you know what the pitch is. Because in reality, to be successful as a blog, as a travel blogger or a beauty blogger, is you have to have a USP, you have to have a point of difference, otherwise you're not really going to resonate because there's so many out there. And it just amazes me how many generic contacts I get, where clearly people have not understood my blog at all. And I will just delete those or not follow up on those. So it's very important, bloggers are very proud of what they do, it's very personal, and it's very important to pitch, it's very important to direct towards them. I think also is trying to understand that bloggers are looking for stories usually, so they're not really that interested in just covering reviews or whatever. They're looking for behind the scenes, they're looking for something that's different. And it's interesting in the work and the context and the various blogger events that I've been to with my blogging hat on, is the ones that are the most interesting are the ones where people are prepared to give you behind the scenes backstories, and Orange Express is a great example of that. I think the other thing that you need to be very aware of is that the blogging industry, if you like, or the blogger community is becoming incredibly well organized. So I find, for example, with my travel blogs, is bloggers themselves or ourselves are setting up kind of communities of interest, and we almost do a self-screening where before you get invited to join a particular travel bloggers group or even a marketing bloggers group, is the people there are looking first of all for complimentary blogs. That provides a level of quality control, if you like. So you have to be invited to join these kind of networking groups, but once they're formed, they're incredibly organized. So again, my Tips for Travelers blog, I'm invited to be part of a travel bloggers network. And what I realized is companies are now contacting these networks because there's kind of a sense of pre-screening. They can get bloggers into one place, they have huge credibility because it's all a group of bloggers. And that's very interesting. I'm seeing a lot happening on travel blogging, I'm seeing even to a degree on marketing blogging. I think the other thing which is important is bloggers are also looking for recognition. So kind of competitions about best blog posting, breakthrough story breaking. That is very important to a blogger because it helps to differentiate their blog. So instead of just writing a generic article about the Orient Express or whatever, the idea that you actually may win, most in-depth whatever, I think is very important. But do not underestimate the power of bloggers do not underestimate the power as they get more and more organised. There's a beauty kind of bloggers group set up in the UK, and they also talk a lot about brands, they talk a lot about clients and who they want to work with. So hopefully there's a few key insights. I think blogging is very, very powerful. I think as some of the more formal review sites are becoming less credible, like TripAdvisor as a travel site used to be fabulous, now it's just full of rant and rave, and I think bloggers are really, really important. So if you really want to see how it's done, let me cheekily promote my two blogs. My travel blog, as I said, which I've been doing for many, many years now, is at www.tipsfortravelers.com. Travel is spelled with two L's, the UK way. And my marketing blog is at www.garybembridge.com. Hope that helped.